What would you do if you had to put all of your stuff out on the front lawn? In this week's parshiot, Tazarat and Mitzorah, both talk about tzarat, a skin affliction. But in Parshat Mitzorah, it specifically talks about how this affliction can affect your home. Once a person notices that their homes have been afflicted, he's meant to report to the Kohen that he has found tzarat in his home. But before the Kohen can schedule a home visit to declare the status of the house, the Torah tells us that a person should clear the house of all of its belongings. The simple answer as to why is right there in black and white. It's so as not to contaminate the household items. Once the house is declared contaminated, all the objects in the house are also considered contaminated and would need to be purified or destroyed depending on what the objects were made out of. Now, this has always fascinated me because can you imagine taking every single object you own and putting it out on your front lawn for everyone to see? For most people, this would be a gigantic task to get everything out of their homes. It would also cause a tremendous amount of anxiety. Here, the Torah is endorsing simplicity. If you had less, how much easier removing the items from your home would be. Why take everything out onto the front lawn? First answer is to limit the contamination. The second answer is because God wants to spare people financial loss. Even if they aren't good people, He still looks out for them. So while some objects may be able to be immersed to be purified, some objects wouldn't be able to be purified, causing a financial loss. Even though it's small, we're still trying to avoid that. I also believe it's a directive to not waste, because when you're throwing away things that are impure, that's wasteful. If you can do something preventative to limit damage and waste, you should definitely do it. Reason 3, according to Rambam, Maimonides, the reason someone can get tzarat in the first place is because they're talking badly about somebody or they're exhibiting selfish behavior. Tzarat is a punishment for not sharing your objects when family, friends, or community members ask to borrow an object and you decline. This parsha teaches the most remarkable thought in regard to how we relate to our things, our families, our friends, and our communities. Not only do we have to take care of what we say, we need to be generous with our things. We need to take care of our communities by both guarding our speech and being generous with our things. It may seem like our objects are our personal property, but nothing ever truly belongs to us. God blesses us with objects with the understanding that we are custodians of the objects with a responsibility to share what we have with others. Not only that, but in order to limit our losses, it's better to have fewer objects in your home overall. So take this as a sign to declutter the objects that don't serve you and be generous. Don't worry about how much money you can get for them. God's going to take care of you. Give away the items, share your blessings with somebody else. Today, we aren't afflicted with tzarat, but we do get other problems. Mold, flooding, water damage, and other natural disasters can seriously damage our homes and affect us financially. Holding on to all the extra stuff just in case makes it difficult for day-to-day life, but it makes it extra difficult when these types of situations arise. Typically, these situations come without warning and without time to save everything. So do yourself a favor, reduce what you can today so that you truly know what you have. Be generous, both when you let things go and when people ask you to borrow something, because remember, we are just the guardians of things and it's our job to build community and share when we can. Everything we have is from God. When we share, we're doing His work. If you need help decluttering and getting organized and shifting to an abundance mindset, like, follow, or leave a comment. If you're ready to get on your journey to organization, reach out to me today. I'd love to help get you started living your best life. Shabbat Shalom.